What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Dwayne Nettles, aka Mr. Nettles,
Yeah.
with my homies Maximilian Speed and my homie King Jose Rivera. Collectively, we make the Last on Hip Hop podcast. We're back after a couple weeks off. We want to come back to you guys, give you guys some new content. So this week is episode 15 entitled Southernplayalistic, and it's gonna be our OutKast tribute episode. So we've been getting a lot of feedback from a lot of people who watching the shows, and we've gotten a lot of conversation about where is OutKast. So we want to bring it to you guys today. We hope to have a very engaging conversation. I'm excited about. OutKast is easily my favorite rap group. I know Jose as well, and just two guys we're very endeared to as a whole when it comes to hip hop. So we're gonna jump right into the conversation. Nothing super structured. We just want to have some time to rap about the love for two OGs in the game, two greats. So let's start with, I guess, your introduction to OutKast. When was your introduction to OutKast? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna toss it to Max because
Hold on.
me and Jose are both Southern.
Hold on. You forgot the what are you wearing
Oh, you're right.
segment.
I did forget. I forgot that fast, yo. Look, I'm so in love with
You ready to get to it?
Ready to get to the conversation. All right. So before we do that, let's hop into what are you wearing? Like we do every episode. So what are you wearing? Who wants to take it away first? Or should I? Should I take it first?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you take it first.
I'm gonna take it first because I'm chilling today. I'm chilling. All right. So what are you wearing, Mr. Nettles, this week? I'm rocking my traditional specs like always. Rocking my gold beanie, my gray support black colleges hoodie. You know, it's how I always get down, supporting black businesses, supporting HBCUs at all times. My black denim, you can't see it too well, a little black denim. And then this week on the kicks, I'm rocking, kept it real skaterish this week, rocking my Vans, my checkerboard Vans out here. Little necklace, my homie made for me, original piece. Shout out for that. And my Beats headphones, you can't see me because my hood on, but keeping it real light today. So I'm gonna toss it to my brothers. Who y'all let y'all battle it for first place this week.
Go ahead.
Which one I want to tell you?
So, I got the the Atlanta Braves shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
They in the playoffs. They got a chance to go to the championship. So I hope they're able to do it. Got my Apple Watch right here. You know what I'm saying? Just upgraded to the Apple Watch. You know what I'm saying?
You see that stuntage? That stuntage?
You definitely stunning.
Series 6. You know what I'm saying? So I wear these chains every day. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna glisten. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 14 karat gold, so there ain't no rest in none of that.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? I got the
talk,
I
man.
got the military jacket. You know what I'm saying? My support to the veterans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the Nike. You know what I'm saying? The Nike little headband. Let's get it, Max.
Okay.
You look like you going to war.
ready, war ready.
Like a Vietnam veteran over there.
Every day beat. Yes, sir. Let's go.
War ready.
Man, listen, man. Just got a yellow hoodie. Just keep it basic. They call me Basic Max, man. You know what I'm saying? Some great, cut off short sweats or whatever like that, man. I just keep it simple, man. Simple but classy, however. So,
Man said simple but classy. All right.
But classy,
All right.
Sophisticated a little bit,
Sophisticated brother over here. We see you.
Sophisticated, classy, man.
Hey, I gotta get my joke in, real quick.
Go ahead.
This is the OutKast episode, so it's only right Jose wears the Atlanta gear. He's rocking the Braves today.
All right.
I'm glad he chose an Atlanta team that has a win this season.
Wow.
I know.
Because the Falcons, my God.
Hey, Max.
God.
The Gamecock. Them Gamecocks.
We talking about the NBA. We talking about
no. Listen, I mean, you want to
you might as well bring them up too.
Yeah, we might as well bring them Gamecocks. We might as well bring them up.
Hey, listen. My football team is undefeated this season. Benedict College, we don't got a season, so we're undefeated.
Nah, bro. You know,
Come
listen,
on,
you
Wayne,
know
don't
that
do
ain't
that.
right, bro. Come on now.
You a
Listen.
Gamecock fan. You know that.
I am. We 1-1. We got one more win than I thought right now. So hey, we doing something. Listen. This, as far as I'm concerned, this season don't exist. This season don't exist to me.
Nah, this season don't exist because y'all not winning. That's why. But
in that case, look. In that case, we ain't had a season in like 3 years.
I know, man. Let's stay on topic, Mr. Nellis.
We'll stay on topic. All right, so let's jump back into it. OutKast episode. So like I was saying, me and Jose both being Southern kids, born and raised in the South. I can't really recall an introduction to OutKast per se. It was because it was almost like it was always there. So I wanted to get Max's perspective, being from Philly, his introduction to OutKast and what was that like back in the day.
It was amazing, man. Like I always credit like my earliest hip hop memories to Rap City. You know what I'm saying? Because that was like my thing. Like I remember like cartoons, but like Rap City played a huge, and that's why I'm so much of a hip hop music lover to this day. But my earliest, seeing Atlanta, seeing the videos, Southernplayalistic, and the early videos OutKast used to have on top, like the music was just amazing. But just seeing the whole culture, like, oh, it was like, damn. I used to go to Florida every summer. So, we wouldn't pass by, we go by Savannah. But that always had you wonder, like, damn, I wonder how Atlanta's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder, Atlanta was just so lit, you know what I'm saying? Like, coming up, you hear stories, hear about Freaknik. So, like, OutKast just embodied, like, the whole culture when it comes to Atlanta, the South. Just as a whole, man, just really, like I said, the music was just, Quimina, you know what I'm saying? The earliest OutKast albums, man, just the whole nine, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So
the classics.
Of course, y'all, from the South, get that, but even from up top, man, OutKast had a huge impact.
Easy. I know. I would say, always been a rap guy. When I got into music, but I would say for me, once I started exploring it from a consumer standpoint in high school, I would say that was around the time, if I remember this, like one of the earliest albums I remember buying with my own money, like Stank On You. I remember buying it, like, and I remember the visual of the cover, like Dre and Big on the front, in front of that black and white American flag. Like, it was just like, I don't know, like it spoke to me, like in a way. Like these two black cats in front of this blacked out American flag. It just sent this. It was just like almost like this subconscious militant message, like, and not even being in that space yet, but like it kind of, I don't know, it kind of spoke to the inner me, I guess. I don't know. And then, I remember having this conversation with Jose a long time ago. Like, open the album with the that funkadelic, like that psyched out with the lady on the front. Like, bruh, that junk, it was just crazy, yo. Did you say your mom like threw the CD away? Because the naked lady.
Yeah, what happened was, listen, it was crazy. It wasn't even my CD. It was my Uncle Billy's CD. So, like my uncle used to have, like, he a hip hop head, so he had like this little CD book. All the albums that come out, he always buy it. But like when I got a little bit older, he'd be like, "Yeah, you can play it, right?" So one day I had took out the Staconia CD, right? And my mom, she was listening to it, right? She came in the back room, she heard like a curse word, right? So she was like, "Nah, you can't play this." So when I had opened it up, like she seen, you know what I'm saying, the lady on there, and it showed a little bit of the titty. So my mom was like, "Yo, you up here buying this?" But I didn't even get a chance to say, "Well, my CD," but she took that CD and broke it. It wasn't even my CD. It was my uncle's CD. I said, "Oh my God, now I got to explain to him that I borrowed his CD.
Man.
Mama broke it. And you know, at that time, that when the albums was like, it was anywhere between $14.99 to
Like
like
$15, yeah.
$20.99. Yeah, if you went to FYE,
Quick
you
$15.
spend
Oh, that's
$20.
$20.
You spend $20, boy, for real. So.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, man. But I just remember I remember that record. I just remember that whole album, like man, just being like sonically, it was just so different. Like it was just there's a little bit of everything on there, man. And really like you think from a visual perspective, like every part of that album, like visually was like next level. It was like, but it was weird though, because it's like a hybrid. It has like this futuristic sound. It has a futuristic sound and this super old school sound at the same time. Like you like using like 1970s funk and like futuristic like stuff you haven't heard before, like all in one place at one time. So it was super dope. But I would say this. I would say with OutKast, being as a two-person group, you had Big and you had Dre. I think the strength of the group for me and what kind of gravitated me toward the group, it was always this constant duality with their projects. You had Big, you had Dre, and then even with the fashion, you had Southern traditional fashion mixed with like crazy like off the wall type stuff. The visuals had like traditional Southern elements and these futuristic elements at the same time. So everything they was doing just spoke to these like double-edged sword type of deal, like all the time, man. And I think that's what the biggest thing for me, what kind of gravitated me to it, like everything.
Can I say this too? Like,
Yeah.
you know, when we think of like, you know, you think about like great rock bands, like, or just great, when you think about like the Music Hall of Fame, like just great groups, you know, from all genres. Like, what do like OutKast rank musically, just in general? Like, they gotta be up there, like
bro,
with the
listen,
best.
They are.
Like, they up there, like.
And this ain't even me being biased. I don't care what nobody says. In my opinion, OutKast is the greatest group of all time. Any genre.
Any genre.
I
Man,
mean,
I'm a huge Wu fan, but yo,
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I just thought about that.
That's what I was about to say.
OutKast rank like all genres. Like OutKast is like the greatest group. Like it could be argued, whatever.
Musically,
like, I'm not saying hip hop. I'm saying all genres.
I'm talking everything. Anything,
I'm talking everything.
Beatles.
Like I'm gonna say OutKast is the best group ever. We can argue that, like all genres. I'm not talking about just rap.
Greatest group ever.
I ain't talking about just R&B. I ain't talking about this urban, whatever they want to call it. I'm saying in general.
Greatest ever.
Against the Beatles, everybody.
Beatles, Temptations, anything.
Everybody. Like, no.
The OutKast has more consistency out of any rap
anybody.
Anybody. That's what carries them, because if you take them in Wu-Tang like in the prime, I'm not gonna say that they're better than Wu-Tang. They're the same.
I'm not comparing them to Wu-Tang. I'm saying OutKast is the best ever, like best group ever against anybody. Metallica,
Tribe, Destiny's Child, In Vogue. I don't care what group. I don't care what group.
I'm thinking of rock groups, yo.
Look, Led Zeppelin,
Rolling Stones,
Nirvana,
all them guys, man. Whoever.
All of them. OutKast, greatest group, music history. Jackson 5. Peace out.
Listen.
OutKast all day.
You might get beat up tomorrow, bro. You said they better than Jackson 5?
Jackson 5, OutKast. Better.
OutKast the truth, man. Like,
better.
Somebody might beat you up, bro.
Hey, we can fight. Hey, we can fight over that.
I'm thinking of some other rock groups, like U2.
U2, OutKast. Better.
OutKast.
I don't care what group. Name a group.
Name a group.
Tell you a group better than. Name any group.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
OutKast. Red Hot Chili Peppers. OutKast.
OutKast.
Better. Tribe Quest. OutKast. Better.
OutKast.
Coldplay.
OutKast. Better.
OutKast.
One Republic.
I don't care what group you name. You said who?
One Republic.
One Republic.
OutKast.
Get out of here.
OutKast all day,
OutKast
man.
all day. It's not close.
I'm
Back,
saying I'm
back,
putting them up there, man.
NSYNC,
Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys.
Boys, OutKast.
OutKast, stop playing.
All day. All day, my guy. Easily. Easily. Now I would say this. Where was I going with this? I was about to say something. Max threw me off. It's all right though.
What
Oh,
I do?
I know. So 'cause we were talking about the duality of it, like Big and Dre, like always having like this dynamic, like it's all like a double edged sword. So I think that was the strength of for me. That kind of what gravitated me to it because it was always to me it was something for everybody. Like if you I can't speak on everybody else, but as a black kid in the South, like seeing that group and seeing the collectiveness, and there's only two of them, but seeing the unity, like they brought something to the table for everybody. I thought you could see that group and see like you know what you were able to relate in some way to something that they were bringing to the table. And I thought that was big for me. I would say, um, like I said, even the music, the style, like everything they was touching was like so impactful, like to me, like especially being a kid growing up. And I would say this, seeing them and seeing their comfort and seeing them kind of explore and just doing things that wasn't the norm really gave me a sense of I would say a sense of confidence when it came to stepping out, especially when it comes to the fashion thing. Like I gained not even so much directly as far as I want to dress like this person, like Big or Dre, but as far as gaining the confidence to say, when I put a fit together, I put an outfit together and I step out, that outfit was only for me.
All right.
Like I feel like I'm killing it. I'm wearing exactly what I feel like wearing. And I don't care what nobody say about it. You can think it look crazy, but I know when I step out, like this, I'm killing it right now. I think OutKast instilled a lot of that in me. I would say, like early.
Yeah.
Let's ask Kurt. Kurt, you a Georgia boy, so what was that like? I'm
I'm gonna
slightly
tell you this.
removed being in South Carolina.
So from the peers that I knew that listened to OutKast, and like from like older heads that I knew that listened to OutKast, they liked Big Boy because that was something like Big Boy, the way he dressed, that was the way they dressed. And they like Big Boy's rap. Now they like Andre 3000 because Andre 3000, it was like he was on another level, but I always heard that he was like the weird guy when it came to dressing, like, or I don't know why he would wear this. It's like I don't feel that from like a Georgia community, I don't feel that they really respected or like embraced like Andre 3000.
Hey,
like,
yo, can I
but
can
when
I
it
can I
came to his ability to rap, they respected it.
can I say this though, Kurt? Not to cut you
Yeah,
off. I
go
ain't gonna
ahead.
cut you off.
Go ahead.
And Wayne, I'm posing a question to both of you guys. I don't
Yeah.
know, but let's be real. Was a lot of people saying or talking about how was 3 Stacks and a lot of guys like best top 5 and top 10, like best rapper. Like was he in that conversation back then? I don't know. Like was Big Boy and Kurt, and made me think about it because Kurt was like, yeah, Big Boy was really respected. At one time, did a lot of people put Big Boy, like say Big Boy was better than Andre at that time, or
I'll say this.
I wouldn't say
was
that.
Andre even in those conversations
I'll
back
say this.
then?
I'll say this. And it when Jose brought it, it made me reflect back to when Speak About Love Below dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when it first dropped, like all my homies was like, "Yo, that's that Speaker Box, that joint's banging, yo. That shit's crazy." But I remember the same cats being like, "Yo, that Love Below shit, that shit weird. That shit weird, yo."
See what I'm saying?
So I remember that, but I also remember, and I love that album. That's probably one of my favorite albums. But like at the time, I remember I love Speaker Box then, and I still love it now. But I remember like gravitating to Love Below, like yo, this is like this is one of the best pieces of work I've heard. Period. You know. So it put me in a weird space because like everybody was kind of not bashing it so to speak, but like kind of like playing it to the left, like yo, this is some weird stuff, like yo, this some weirdo music. And for me to kind of get into it and like it, not just like it, but like fall in love with it. Like, yo, this is like sonically, this is what I love. It puts you in a weird space because you wanna as a fan, I wanted to champion that album proudly, like, yo, this that stuff. But not having that safe space to do that in, it was weird. I would say. But to also answer your question about the conversation about stacks, one thing I will say about Andre 3000, his bars were always respected. As far as people I was around.
Yeah.
His bars was always highly respected. They looked at
But
him
I'm
like
saying, was he in
they
that
were like,
that was
I,
until later, like that conversation.
I would say he probably entered the conversation probably,
I'd say like 2004.
yeah, somewhere around there. Around the time when Eminem kind of peaks. Andre,
That's when
matter of fact,
Stacks.
I think that might be the reason for it. Now I think about it. Do y'all remember that verse Eminem did? And he name dropped Andre 3000, Corrupt, Dad, somebody else, himself. Like when Eminem said these people, these are the people I felt were better than me. That's when I felt like a lot of people started paying attention and saying, okay, Andre 3000 is one of the top 5 lyricists.
But you know what, too, though, Wayne? You know how we talked about how a lot of people had to go back to Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah.
Is that the same case with 3 Stacks, though? That did people have to go back?
3 Stacks always got respect from the South.
Well,
I'm as a whole, but I think Matt's talking about in terms of the hip hop community as a whole.
Like as a whole, like
I think so,
because at one time, and I remember it was around probably like 2000 somewhere, and I heard it like when that Chris Brown remix came out. That's when I really started to hear like people was like putting 3 Stacks and like, yo, 3 Stacks like the best ever. It might have been earlier than that, but around that time when he came up with that what's that remix? What's that song? Chris Brown.
Which one?
Damn, what's that joint? Well, anyway, but y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But that remix, that's when I started to hear that conversation more and more. Like, yo, Stacks is like top 5. He's the best. So.
Right. Yeah, I think the conversation. But I think that's the time when people really started. I don't know. Like when I was younger, I don't remember having. Maybe I was too young to realize it. I don't remember people having conversations about who was like, in terms of when you think about everybody, I don't remember South having a whole lot of buy-in on a mass level as far as people talking about who's the greatest of all time. I always remember people always champion Pop. People always champion Big. People always champion Nas and Jay-Z on their rap pedigree. I would say the first person from the South I saw respected on a high level lyrically was probably Scarface. And then later, you see a lot of people champion like Andre 3000 and other cats from down here, even people like Bun B. And I think people started paying more attention to, I think maybe Southern music too. The thing I noticed about Southern hip hop, it doesn't lean on lyricism alone. So like even when I think about OutKast, like it's super lyrical music, but it doesn't lean on the lyrics to make it. Like sonically, OutKast was presented. Like if you took OutKast albums and took all the words off of it, those would still be great albums. You know what I'm saying? So they gave you so much outside of the bars. I think people tend to not look at it so much for and same thing with Big. Like Andre 3000 is such a high level lyricist. A lot of people overlook Big Boy and his lyrical prowess too.
And Big Boy was nice, like you know what I'm saying. Like
Big Boy is nice.
Big Boy is nice. He's still doing his thing, like you know what I'm saying. Like
exactly. Thank you for nice. That. Big is nice.
He is nice.
Big is nice.
Another question too: Did people put Big ahead of Andre at one time?
I don't think they put him ahead of him. I think he was more relatable. Like
he was more. That's what it was
on a street level.
Right.
On a street level, I think it's more relatable. But then too.
What's the best Big Boy verse that you've ever heard?
Best big verse. Probably on Elevators verse, I think.
I would have to say The Art of Storytelling Part 2.
It's hard though, bro. Art of storytelling,
Boy, listen, that was
elevated.
like
Oh, you know what? You know what my favorite big verse is though?
yes.
My favorite big verse is off of Miss Jackson. That's my favorite. That's my favorite big verse. Yeah.
I would have to say, what was the record with that he did with OutKast? Not OutKast, but UGK.
Oh, International Player Anthem.
That was a nice verse.
Hey, both of those
Woo!
verses. Both of those verses on there.
It did listen on the first record. That's where he said, "I got a mean ass cannon and a cannon that don't miss." And listen, that's what they. Oh my God, boy! Yeah,
my cannon don't miss.
Yes, bro. Listen, cannon.
Yo, on some real.
That joke
Big
was
Boy had
fire,
a lot of
boy.
great. He had a lot of great verses,
But
bro.
see, the thing that gets Big Boy's flow.
His flow is
God. His flow is like
top 10 rap flow all time, bro.
Yes.
I don't care what nobody says, bro.
Like Andre is gonna go deeper, but he's
That's
gonna
what
go
I'm
beyond.
saying,
But you know what though? I don't know. Like going back and listening to some of these records, like Andre 3000 was going like I think Andre 3000 was talking. Andre 3000 reminds me of like a Frank Ocean. Like he's talking about stuff. I'm like, oh, I have no idea. I have no idea what he's talking about. But Big was like digging deep too. It was just more or less. It was like comparing like a Pac to like it's like comparing a Tupac to like a Jay-Z. They're both lyrical.
No. I can't. Nah.
No, hear me out.
Nah, bro.
No, hear me out. No, you gotta hear me out. This is what I'm saying. Pac was saying stuff like he's saying very poignant and meaningful stuff.
Right.
But he was saying it to a point where I could understand it at a basic level. Not to say it's not lyrical. He was still saying stuff. But Dre, he was saying stuff, but he almost had to dig in, like, you know what, if I'm not really breaking this down, I'm not gonna know what he's talking about. So they both were high level lyricists. They were just approaching it from a different standpoint. Big was rapping stuff at a high lyrical level, but the everyday consumer off the street could pick it up like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Like it's still lyrical. Like he's putting those words together. His flow is killing it. Like it's still a 10. But Andre was spitting it like, you know what? I need to break my book out and do some research to figure out what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I think they were being rated on different levels for what they were doing.
But can I say this though? Like,
yeah,
I think we have our shows. We able to dig a little deeper, right? How great of an artist is Big Boy though? You know what I'm saying? Because I noticed because when we start we all on the surface, hear everybody, people have their favorites, but we're able to dig deep. How great is Big Boy? Like Big, you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think I've ever heard nobody out rap Big Boy. Maybe Andre, but that's it.
What I'm saying.
I've never heard nobody out rap.
And you know how hip hop at all.
Never.
Listen, and you know how hip hop though. And I noticed with these shows,
besides Andre,
R&B, I remember we did the R&B show. The shows we do, we able to dig a little deeper and go away from the masses and what they think is. But especially in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? They overlook, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? They overlook. You're like, hold on, how great was Big Boy though? Like real talk, like.
You know what? I say this too. Big Boy's great. I hate when they compare the two and they try to make it seem like Andre 2000 was like leaps and bounds ahead of Big Boy. Like
that's what I'm saying.
It's not.
Like he was just
not even like that.
I'll say this too. Even after OutKast is done, like Big Boy's first solo project, really first two solo projects, but the first one specifically, Sir Lucius Left Foot, son of Chico Destiny.
Yes.
Listen,
that was fire.
That was a fire album, yo. Fire album, yo. I love that joint. What's my joint? I can hear it in my head. I can't think of what the record called. What's that joint was called? What was the single, Jose? You remember? I gotta look it up. I can hear it in my head. I can hear the beat in my head.
I know exactly.
Remember that joint?
Yes.
Oh my God, hold on. I gotta find this joint. That was my jam. But Big Boy, listen, Big Boy gets a lot of like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, another false narrative alert. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, the art storytelling part too. Like I'm talking about, like that's probably like my favorite verse because it's like the way that he switched them flows up. He's just rapping slow. Then he start rapping fast, and they got different patterns. Like you couldn't even. It's like you couldn't. You know how some rappers they go like they do the same cadence all the time. Big Boy don't do that. Boy, he might have like 4 different flows in one verse.
Right.
4 different flows, bro. I'm talking
Oh,
about, and
I
it's
remember
still
the
on
joint.
let's
it's
give Big
still
Boy
high level
I remember the
lyricism.
joint now.
let's give Big Boy his due, man.
Shutterbug was my joint.
Yes.
That joint, Shutterbug. Oh, Shutterbug. Hey, you remember the joint with Gucci Mane, Shine Blockers?
Yes.
Hey, that was my jam too. Yeah. Yeah, big doesn't get a. Oh,
Yeah, like give
hey,
it to
I
him.
got another one for you. This is one of my favorite projects, right? That compilation project, Purple Ribbon All Stars.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh, that was dope too.
bro, that album. Oh, and what about what's my joint? The single off of it, Purple Ribbon All Stars.
Yeah,
I
that
be
shit was the
on
truth.
it all night. Listen, that song is still.
That shit the
Hey,
truth. That shit still rock. Hey, yo,
that
that
joint
shit
still
still rock,
rock.
yeah.
That's still rock. I don't care nobody say. That's one of my favorite records of all time, man.
Yeah,
Like
that joint
I
still
be
rock.
on it all night, day, straight up pimping. You want me? You can find me. Hey, bro, that was my jam, man.
Yeah, that joint still rock.
To this day, you play a joint right now. Trust me, the club go crazy, man. Purple Ribbon All Stars, yeah.
Yeah.
Purple Ribbon All Stars, my jam. Kryptonite, that's my joint. That's my jam. But yeah, B don't get enough love for like what he brought to that group, yo. Like real talk.
You know.
Oh man, there was something else I wanted to leave with. Let's do this. Favorite OutKast project.
I'm gonna have to say Zaconia. And I like to listen, and I
Jose
like
says
this skit.
Equipment
I
now.
like to skit on Zaconia.
Stankonia gets so stupid.
They were
Jose says
Equipment now
freaking,
easy.
and they went with the
Matt,
song.
Matt says Equipment.
I'm gonna tell you why. I used to be in the crib just like playing that joint
That
from front to back, like, you know what I'm saying? Like just zoning out,
sun goes down. Heroes
like the
eventually
album,
die.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Horoscope.
Like, you know, those
Often
streaming
lie.
service, the album, like,
Album. Rocking them joints. Hey, I'm going with a later entry, yo. Going with a later.
what's that?
If you would have asked me this in college, I would have said Stankonia or Equipment too. But asking me now as an adult and that they had a chance to ride with me more. Speaking about Love Below, my favorite OutKast project, yeah.
This guy,
That's
man.
probably like my
No.
second.
Hey, and if I want to be honest,
This guy.
I don't like separating the project. But you ask me honestly, Love Below gets play to this. Listen, I play Love Below at
Yo,
least once a week.
that's one album, ain't it? That's one album.
That's half the album, to be honest.
That's half the album because it was like a
Speak
joint
about Love Below
album.
is one album. It's a dope.
But see, but you ask somebody from Atlanta, like a real Atlanta head, they not gonna pick. They gonna pick Speaker Box.
You listen. You ask an Atlanta head.
They definitely pick Speaker Box. See,
If you
I
ask
used to
an
like
Atlanta,
Love
if you ask an
Below
Atlanta head,
because I could play them. I could play that record with a girl. I'm talking about like go to the park and chill out and just vibe. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though? Hey, on the real though, like Speak About Love Below is one album. If you listen to it together, you could hear it still makes sense together. Like because if you look at this record, Dre's all over Speak About, and B-Boy's on a couple of the Love Below records too. But like, you know what I love OutKast though? Listen, OutKast is probably the one rap group I could play around my mother comfortably. Like seriously, it's not super abrasive. It's not super vulgar. Like they say some stuff here and there. Like on Love Below, remember the joint like where are my panties? Yeah, I love that joint, man.
It gotta be like in a family function, so you know.
It ain't gotta be a family fun. Like me and my mom could be in the car, and I could play OutKast, speak about Love Below, and like not feel like having to adjust the music, like for real. But yeah, like I think it's my favorite project. Yeah, it is. Like it is. Like I love Stay Con, and really I love all the projects, but like that's the one I still gravitate to. That's the one I go back to the most. I go back to the most. I just do this favorite OutKast record.
Mm.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one for me. Yeah. Favorite OutKast record.
Favorite OutKast record. It gotta be Elevators, man.
Me and you.
Like that's like because that's like the first thing that comes to my mind.
All right, Elevators. What about you, Jose? Favorite OutKast record?
Probably the Artist Storytelling Part 2.
And that's like probably my second.
Ooh,
I'm talking about them verses, boy. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's probably like my second.
That like elite level.
Hey, I'm going
That's
way
probably
back.
top at least top 5.
I'm going way back. Going way back. You know what my favorite OutKast record is, yeah? Get up, get out. It's my favorite OutKast record of all time.
I like that record, but it's just not super lyrical.
Wayne an eyeball, yeah. He always gotta like go far left. Like, come on, like stay within, man. Stay within, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man, get up, get out. I don't recall.
You always gotta be like, come on, man.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just a disappointment to y'all.
Come on, man.
Yeah, get out.
Wayne does this on purpose, Max. Don't worry
I think
about
he do. Like he hear our answers and then just go like far left. Like, yo, that was my
Get out. It's my favorite OutKast record, yeah. I can't help that's my favorite song. Shit.
No, you just want to be, a bit different.
It ain't got nothing to do with being different, y'all. That's my joint. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's my favorite song.
You just said Prototype was your joint. Now you
Prototype,
saying get up, get out.
Right, you see what you doing?
You said my favorite song.
Listen,
Prototype,
hold on. How your favorite album is the Love Below a Speaker Box, but then your favorite song is Get Up, Get Out? Come on now, bro. Your favorite song supposed to be on your favorite album.
No, that's not true. That's not necessarily true.
Max.
No. That's not
Am I right? Your favorite song is most likely on your favorite album, right?
That's not true. That's not true at all. Because some of my favorite songs.
You the odd one.
Because listen, some of my favorite songs aren't by artists I'm big fans of all the time.
Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Jay-Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reasonable Doubt. My favorite Jay song is Dead Presidents. That's my favorite Jay song of all time.
And Reasonable Doubt your favorite Jay-Z album?
Favorite Jay-Z album.
It just worked out that way.
Listen, look at
What's your favorite Nas song?
Probably you know what? That's a good one.
It's probably not your favorite Nas album. It's probably not.
New York State of Mind Part 2.
What's your favorite Nas album?
Still Mad.
Hold up, man. We talking about OutKast, man. Come on, stay on top.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just making a point. I'm just trying to.
That's an anomaly.
My bad.
I'm just trying to make a point.
If you ask me my favorite T.I. record, it's probably going to be on Trap Music. That's my favorite T.I. album.
That's not fair. The Trap Music had a bunch of great.
I'm just saying.
Bunch of great songs. I'm just saying that there's probably a lot of examples where you can think of your favorite song not being on your favorite project. Let's see. All right, so we did favorite song, we did favorite album. Let's see what else. What's your I want to say what's your favorite OutKast like? Oh, I know my biggest memory that I didn't have from OutKast. Well, what's your favorite OutKast memory? Go there.
Like as far as
like, what's your biggest what's your point? Like you just remember this about OutKast like coming up.
Oh man,
Shoot, I know what I wanted to say. It did become a memory because I didn't get to go. Listen, the reunion tour, yo, that reunion tour and them tickets came up. Listen, and I didn't get no tickets in time. I was so hurt. I was
I
so
think
hurt.
it was that. It was a song. It was a
When it was in
song.
Centennial Park. Bro.
Hey, but it had Mystical on it. It was Andre and Mystical. I don't know if it was OutKast. Matter of fact, I don't know. I forget if Big Boy was on that joint.
We talking Neck of the Woods.
Neck of the Woods.
That's Mystical.
Was that an OutKast joint?
That's Mystical record. Yeah.
Oh,
OutKast
that's a
John is
Mystical
featured.
record.
It's a Mystical record. That's an OutKast feature.
Oh, all right. So they don't count then.
I mean, I count features because like International Players Anthem like is UGK song technically.
Right. And we.
So like that's a great OutKast feature though.
So that's like the video. So the video was like, I think it was shot in Atlanta.
Probably.
And I would just like daydream, like, oh man, that's like gotta be like, you know what I'm saying, like,
right.
And I was like, how old was I? I was like approaching like my teen year, like 12,
like
13, 11, 12, 13.
It's like 99.
Yeah. So like 10, 11. So that was like, gosh, you know what I'm saying? You think about the girls, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Summertime and, that whole vibe. So yeah, that's one of my earliest, I consider that OutKast moment.
Yeah, that's a big one. Oh, hey, yo, Kurt, you remember me and Jose used to work at the movies back in the day.
Yo, y'all used to work at the movies.
Yeah, we worked at the movies. Yeah, listen, I remember
Get out of
back
here.
in the day.
What was this?
No, for real. We worked. This is college. Yo, this is like our.
Yo, you ain't never seen that. That's the first time I'm hearing this.
What was that? Our sophomore year, junior year?
I think it was our junior year.
Are you serious, yo?
Maybe our junior year.
The way Dwayne got the job, because I couldn't go to work one day.
I got the job because of Jose. So like, I used to go all the time and pick Jose up and shit. So I would come too, and because Jose worked at the movies in Columbus, like at the crib, whatever. So when he came back down for school, he got the transfer in Columbia. So like I would go check him out and whatever. Like we'll go see free movies, all kind of shit. And I remember I got in tight with his supervisors, Harry and Johnny. So I'm like, yo, y'all hiring? So like I was gonna do the application or whatever. And I remember one day Jose couldn't go to work, so Jose called in like, I can't make it to work. And they legit was like, can Dwayne come to work? Haven't applied nothing.
Oh, you just got the job.
So I just got the job on the spot.
The one on Forest Drive.
On Forest Drive, yeah. So anyway,
it was a Carmike.
Right? Yeah, Carmike. So
it was a Carmike.
So make a long story short, this is around the time Outer Wild was about to come out. So I remember they had all the promotional stuff. Like they had like the flyer, they had the posters, they had the cutout. Yo, when I tell you, I grabbed like every Outer Wild like poster they had. Like listen, we plastered like our dorm with like OutKast posters. Yo, you walk into our room, it was like OutKast like wallpaper, yo, from the Outer Wild joints, yo. I remember the joints, man. That shit was crazy. So that's like one of the memories I remember. Like, I remember getting all that promo material for that. Oh, listen, this is an underrated project, the Outer Wild project. In my opinion, when I heard it the first time, I was like, yo, this is great. Like, this is great music. And to me, that was like, honestly, that's the only OutKast album I had as an adult. Like that's the only project I've ever got from OutKast that came out like in my adulthood, like 18 plus. Cause I always told myself, I remember for a long time, I was just like, yo, this is after college. I was like, yo, I just want to experience an OutKast album as a full-fledged adult to see what that's like. Just so I could break it down with a fully developed mind for the first time, you know. And I used to want that so bad. But I remember Outer Wild, I just remember that being great work. I remember the Hollywood Divorce with Wayne and Snoop. There's a bunch of records on there I love. Outer Wild Blue was on there, and that was my jam. Morris Brown was my jam. That was on there.
Morris Brown is like, yo,
That was my
Morris
jam.
Brown gotta be like my top 5 OutKast songs.
That was one of my jams.
That's
Yo,
like,
and matter of
and
fact, my bro Scar. That joint was
HBCU, like the HBCU
Oh yeah.
experience, and when we used to be outside, that's another
Yeah.
OutKast experience. Cause they used to play they used to play Morris Brown when they used to have like the Tiger Fest and all that.
Oh yeah.
When everybody get together.
Music makes the world go
So that's like the HBCU.
Hey,
that's the
a
HBCU song right there. Like,
that was a joint, right? Hey, real joint. Make a nigga put a dog on it. Ooh, make a nigga put a dog.
That's a HBCU song. Like,
that's my
the
jam,
video, crazy.
Oh yeah, video with the roller coaster. Janelle Monáe with the cameo in that joint. Yeah, that was the jam. That was the jam. Oh, my jam, my for real. Chronometrophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, that was my jam. Chronometrophobia. Matter of fact, listen, looking back at the movie, a lot of people won't say this, but Out of Wild the movie, I thoroughly enjoy Out of Wild the movie. I thoroughly enjoy Out of Wild the movie. I love that joint. Love that joint. Oh man. Yeah, what's the memory you have from OutKast you can recall, Jose?
When they won that award.
Which one? The Source?
Yes.
Or the Grammy? Or the Grammy?
The Source.
So when they got booed?
Yes.
Bro, that was big, yo. OutKast won best new
I remember
artist.
people was talking about that at school like the next day.
OutKast won best new artist and got booed off stage, yo.
Listen.
Yo,
people was talking about that the next day, boy.
Hey, when Dre grabbed that mic, it was like the South got something to say.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great moment.
That's a moment.
That's something that I remember. I mean, we was talking about that probably like 2-3 weeks at school.
That's a moment.
Because you gotta think about like where I'm from in Georgia, like everybody listened to OutKast. You know what I'm saying? So like when they won, that was huge. You know, so
that's a moment. That's a moment in time right there.
Because you gotta think at that time, you gotta think New York and Cali, they was winning. That was winning everything. So when that came, that was huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Crazy. I didn't know you was about to say that. Are you gonna talk about when they album of the year? When they went album of the year, the Grammys, yo, that when I was like, yo, this is like. At that point, it was like they were so. Listen, I don't even know if I realized it because OutKast has always, because again, OutKast has always been a part of just like in the South. So I don't even know if I realized in my head when OutKast like blew up. Not even like blew up, became like mainstays and like in just music. Cause like they were, to me, they were always that. Like they were always. So like it was weird realizing yo, OutKast is a household name now. Like that was a weird. Cause like to me, like I think about it, looking back now, probably everything after Elevators. No, not Elevators. Rosa Parks. Everything after Rosa Parks is household in my opinion. Like once Rosa Parks come out, push that. After that comes out, like OutKast is a household name at that point. Like when it comes to music, like people know who OutKast is on a mass level at that point. So like when they won best album of the year, like album of the year, not rap album of the year at the Grammys, I was like, yeah, like this is nuts. And then Speak About Love Below goes on to say, well, what they went diamond, yeah? What they said, like 15? Did they do 15 million?
That's crazy.
I think they did.
It's something stupid, yo. I think it's. I'm gonna look it up.
They might have went diamond, yeah.
No, they definitely went diamond. But I'm trying to remember what they. So I know they sold 10, but I want to say they sold close to 15. Let's see. Speak About Love Below sales. Let's get the exact number. I don't want to take nothing away from my boys. So Speak About Love Below sales. Let's see what we
Yo, if you go diamond, like you set for life, like you know what I'm saying, like if you go diamond, I wonder how. I'm just curious how much your residual check off that one piece, like.
It depends on what your deal's for.
It's
You know what I'm
also
saying?
true. It's also true.
Yeah, so if they got like a crazy deal, that's why them labels, man.
The label got the money, but will the artist get the money? That's the point.
But I'm sure they doing good though. You know what I mean? I'm sure they,
You know, that's interesting too, because I think OutKast was signed to they were signed to LaFace too. LaFace was cutting everybody terrible deals apparently. They said. Like they said LaFace was cutting everybody like trash deals.
but
Like
when you
LA
look
Reid,
back at it, like off topic though, like, and that's why a lot of artists are doing their due diligence and doing their information, getting a lot of information now. But it just seemed like back in them days, man, the record companies, man, God, like slave companies, man, like
looking back at it, bro, like on
jeez,
the real tip, looking at
they got all the bread.
Some of the most successful acts of that generation, when you look back at it, a lot of them will tell you like that we have nothing to show for it, monetarily wise. Like, I think look at TLC, another Atlanta group coming out around the same time. Like had signed one of the worst deals in record
Right.
label history. But I think same deal. LA Reid, Babyface, they were getting over a lot. And listen, I remember watching the documentary. I can't remember if it was CeeLo. It was somebody Dungeon Family affiliated. They were talking about LA Reid, and they were talking about his relationship with LA Reid. They were like, "Yo, y'all still close?" He was like, "Yeah, we close." He said, "What I won't." He said, "What I won't say." He said, a lot of people talk about the deals we signed, the bad. He said, a lot of us signed bad deals. He said, I ain't gonna discredit that. He said, but at the same time, am I where I am now without LA Reid? So he was like, so yeah, we signed bad deals. He said we probably lost a lot of money, but at the same time, he put us on a platform we wouldn't have had otherwise. So we didn't have to sign a deal, but you don't necessarily know who I am at that point now.
So basically, like being a musician, like
so
you're just
almost
doing it for the experience, like
so
you know what I'm
almost for
saying,
like
like
almost for what he was saying. He was like, yeah, he said I owe a greater gratitude to LA Reid because he gave me a platform I wouldn't have had otherwise, and I am who I am now because of that platform. So yeah, I lost some on the front end. He's like, but I'm good now because I figured it out.
And it just seems like as through all that, it just seems like now, like it's majority of the money really,
Falls
just
in your
went to the
court.
labels.
Do your due diligence, and But I think then too, you look at back then, the labels had all the leverage too.
Right.
But you got to think we didn't have the internet in the same way we have it now. We didn't have the LA the label was your point of contact to your audience. So you had your regional audience. Yeah, I could do these shows.
They got over though, man. Them labels, man.
They definitely got over.
Golly, like you talking about slave. That's why Prince like put the slave in. You know what I mean? That's why Mike had to go through everything he had to go through before he, got arrested dead. You know what I mean? Both of those guys. But crazy how that worked though, man.
They work out. Some people benefit.
Pushing out all this great music.
Back.
You know what I'm saying? Pushing out all this great music. And they getting that's crazy. But
That's I think that's part of the game though. You either just figure out or you crumble. And luckily OutKast is one of the groups that, they benefited from.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they got hopefully, you know what I'm saying, but
they good, bro.
Yeah, facts.
They good.
Because think about it, that last run they had, you know what I'm saying? That last little that tour they had a couple years ago that you said
I hate I didn't get no tickets, yeah.
Right.
To this day, I hate I didn't get no tickets. Let's talk briefly. I remember there being a lot of conversation on the tail end of OutKast's run. And really that time when they weren't putting stuff out, there was a lot of rumbling about Big Boy and Andre 3000 beef. Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that was like right before that tour.
It really was. It was like right around that time. It was like really even before that. Even before that, like right before um, around the time Outer Wilds coming out is being made, and around the time Speak About Love Below is being recorded,
Yeah.
there's rumblings of Andre 3000 and Big Boy aren't on the same page. So I kind of want to talk about that because it's interesting because when I think about and I don't know because I don't know these cats personally, but I can just kind of speak on what I've seen and what they've spoken about it. I think this I guess it could serve as our false narrative. I feel like the media tries to drive home an agenda because these highly skilled artists aren't willing to throw music out there for our consumption. There must be something going on internal between them. There must be a beef. There must be something going wrong because they aren't. Why aren't they willing to come in and do work and put this content out there for us? You know what I'm saying? Or when you see Big Boy Andre doing two drastically different things on record and it looks visually different, oh, they must be on two separate pages because these two things don't coincide. It's almost like you got to pick and choose between what works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I always say, seeing them, especially now on social media, like you see like big boys, like kids graduate from high school, and you see Andre 3000 in the pictures, like at the graduations and stuff. It lets me know, like, you know what, these dudes are like really close on a personal level. Because the fact that your kid is graduating from high school and your business partners, quote unquote, is at the graduation, like celebrating your son, like, oh, that no, my nephew graduated. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like really family. Like that says a lot, knowing that they haven't done any music per se together. They don't have any business. They don't have any business dealings per se together. But they still clearly have that relationship still intact. So I think that's big to me to see that you know it's a level of realness between those two. And I think a lot of times the media just drove this idea that they must be beefing when that was never the case. They just don't. Sometimes I think you could be on two different pages and that be okay. You know what I'm saying? People drive home this false narrative because you're over here and I'm over here, we gotta have beef. Like, no, we just doing two different things now. Like that my brother right there. We just not working on a project together.
Yeah,
I think that
for
was
them,
big.
and another thing too, being African American artists, accumulating that much success, you know what I mean?
Right.
Did that have anything to do,
Right.
with some of the, with that narrative,
Right.
successful.
Yeah. And I think we kind of talked about it the other day, Max, talking about the Rick Rubin interview Dre did a while back. Like I remember when I heard it, it gave me a great deal of clarity on his situation, and it also gave me a lot of perspective because I kind of dialed back. Like I said earlier, I remember being that consumer, like kind of feeding into it, like, yo, I want this project, I want this project, I want this project, I want this OutKast project, like from a selfish space, like I want to hear this as an adult. And then too, I'm being guilty of it too, as a fan of Andre 3000. As a fan of Andre 3000, I want a project, I want a project, I want a project, I want a project. And not thinking about him from a creative space, like, you know what, I'm not even comfortable in the space where I want to do that right now.
Yeah, and as fans, that's what we do. We don't think they have. We don't think they're human. You know what I mean? We don't think they have like a life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we just have to. You need to perform when when you come to our. We need you to get on tour. We need you to put out music when we tell you to. You know what I mean? Like forget your well-being and health and forget that. And we know.
It's too, Matt. So I can think about.
We know the music business can take a toll on you. Mentally, physically, spiritually, everything.
And you know what I think about too, Max?
Mm-hmm.
Like we tend to forget about these people having certain levels of standards too.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like, if I'm not comfortable with it, like, how am I gonna be comfortable giving it to my fans?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember Dre saying like with Rick Rubin, he was just talking in general. He's like, yo, he like, there's so much pressure just with everything I've done for me to do a solo project to put something out there. There's so much pressure for it to be great. I don't even and for him to say that it was amazing. He's like, I don't even know how I could live up to what this album is supposed to sound like. He's like, so I don't want to necessarily do that. Cause like everybody who knows him like says like, yo, like Dre's and like no, like people saying like, yo, why he ain't recording, why he not in the studio? But people who know him was like, no, Dre in the studio all the time. Like he's always in the studio. He stay working. Like he always working on stuff. So it's not even a matter of him not working on stuff, but like to know that the guy takes his craft so seriously to the point where, you know what, I'm working, I put stuff, I'm not gonna put this out because it's not where I want it. Like it speaks a lot to him it speaks a lot to his character as far as like what I'm willing to put out.
Yeah, but that's like, I think all great artists come to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to, we talked, I remember we had a conversation about Kendrick.
Right.
A lot of artists, you know what I mean, that accumulated so much success in the music business and, years down the line, it's like, can I, make something that can top or compete with, something of the past? And, a lot of great artists still with that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they hold on so much music, or stop doing music, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I don't think I can.
Right. But, I think that's a testament to a good artist too, Max. And I think that's a testament to OutKast strength and everything they've done. Like, because it's one thing to be in a space where you're competing against everything that's out there. Like I'm competing against like the current climate. I'm competing against with the current artists.
Yeah.
But you've got to a whole new space when you say, you know what, I'm competing against everything I've done before. Like it's almost like you reach a whole nother plateau. Like, you know what, like I gotta compete against myself. Like what have I
I mean,
done?
it gets to the point where you just like it. I think you get to a point where you just like, yo, I do music. Yeah, I'm competing with that, but it's like I can't put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like I do music every day, but I'm not putting, I might put up a snippet in here because I've heard, we've heard Andre get on tracks.
You know what I want.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Might do something with Erykah Badu. You know what I'm saying?
What, though? Surprisingly though, as private as he is, as private as Dre is, like Andre 3000 is also an artist. Like he will pop up on people's, he will pop up and feature on people's projects. And it's not always the person you would think would have first priority.
Right.
Like Travis Scott has Andre 3000 feature. Future has an Andre 3000 feature. Andre 3000 has featured on both of Frank Ocean's projects.
Exactly.
He's done
so
work
he's
with
still
Beyonce.
doing music. You know what I'm saying?
Recently. Yeah. He did the joint with Erykah Badu not too long ago.
Yeah.
So he's still out here doing
so you gotta stay sharp, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm
and
sure,
remember,
you know what I mean? Like he's definitely doing music, but it's like
even back in
when
undergrad,
you put it out,
with,
it's
DJ
different.
Remember he hopped on the Walk It Out remix with DJ Unk?
Yeah.
So like stuff like that, I'm like, yo, like how does DJ Unk get a Andre 2000 feature? Yeah, like how does that work?
That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta think
on a song that's not like you would think like, yo, this is like a hip hop record. He gotta hop on like now. He's like Andre, like, you know what, this is gonna be fun.
But you know what? That doesn't come with the territory though, man. Like you like the best group ever. Like you know what I mean? Unless you just like don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do anything to, you know what I mean? I can't put this out. Like I achieved so much success. Like I can't, like, I get it.
Oh, let's do this.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing music. Like I'm sure a lot of shit he probably do on his own. Like it's nice. Like,
oh, listen. Remember, like Carlos said when Dre was hard with the flute. Right. What if Andre 2000 finally drops an album and it's just him playing the flute?
Right. Exactly.
And Carlos like think I won't buy an album, which is Andre 2000 playing the flute.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that's real though. You know you would. I would.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right now, all day. Yo, the Jose mentioned it earlier. He mentioned what's your favorite big boy verse? Do you know your favorite Andre verse? I know mine.
Oh, I can't
Listen,
either
I know
him or
mine. I
Big
know what it
Boy.
is.
Because it's so many joints. Like,
Listen, I know mine. I know my favorite Andre verse. It's not his record either. It's y'all remember the Devin the Dude record with Snoop Dogg? Devin the Dude, Snoop Dogg, and Andre 3000. What a job
Yep.
this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite Andre 3000 verse of all time. That's my favorite verse of all time, yo. Like when he tells that story about the kid he met, and he met a kid at a show, and the kid was telling him about like your lyrics got your lyrics got me through like through college and like remember like his whole life, right? But then it circles back around and he writes the verse about the kid and this is the actual verse he's talking about. Like toward the end, you like, yo, this dude is too good. You like he's too good. Yo. He circles back and tells the story about the song in the song. I'm like, man, like, bro, the dude's too good, bro. That's crazy. All right, let's do this. Let's hop into the my top 5. So this week for my top 5, initially we were gonna do top 5 OutKast projects, but then we thought about it. OutKast doesn't have that many albums per se. I guess it just feels like they were so consistent, they were so good at what they did. Like it just felt like they had a gang of felt like they had 12 projects in my head. But really it was like, was it like 6, 7, something like that? So what we decided to do instead, we decided to go with my top 5 OutKast visuals. Make this a little more interesting. So we're gonna share our top 5 OutKast visuals. We're gonna jump into our shameless plug and we're gonna wrap for the night. And then we'll probably do some NBA talk after the show goes off the air. All right, so that's my top 5 OutKast visuals. Who wants to take it first? Or should I go first?
go first.
I'm gonna go first. I'm going first tonight. We're not this thing out. All right, so
Hey
this is tough.
yo, before you go,
Yo, what's up?
I think I might just collab with y'all because I think I'm gonna just speak on y'all's because I got 5. I mean, my 5
No, I like your 5
probably
though,
like
man. No, do
y'all's,
your
like,
5.
you
I
know what I'm
like your
saying?
5.
So I'm
I
gonna
like your
combine
5
with
though.
y'all.
No, do your 5 because when you did your 5, I felt bad about my 5 slightly. So no, you
Let
do
me
your
get my
5.
5 out the way then. Let me get my 5 out the
All
way.
right, Matt's gonna go first. Matt, do your 5.
5 is So Fresh, So Clean. 4, Morris Brown.
Woo.
3, artist storyteller.
Okay.
2, 1 and 2. There's 2. It could go interchange.
This way tough.
Elevators, bombs, or bagger.
Woo. Okay.
Whatever you want to put, 1 and 2.
I ain't mad at that.
2,
I ain't
1.
even mad at that list.
I'm gonna go with.
I can throw my list away after that. I like that list. I like that list. That's a solid list. Yo, Jose, you wanna go?
Yeah.
Drop your 5.
5, I'm gonna put Miss Jackson. 4, I'm gonna put Elevators.
Okay.
3, I'm gonna put the Artist Storytelling Part 2.
Okay.
2, I'm gonna put So Fresh, So Clean.
Okay.
And then 1 is Bombs Over Baghdad.
Okay. All right. I like that list too. You can't matter before I even go to my list. You can't lose with the OutKast visual list. You just can't.
Nah, you can't.
Nah, you can't lose. Visuals.
All right. So I'm gonna go. Y'all know how I do. I can't get right. So honorable mention.
Come on.
Honorable mention. This is not even OutKast song, but they're in the video. It's a feature. International Players Anthem. Honorable mention. Didn't make the top 5, but great video, great visual. I could not mention it. All right. Number 5. Hey Ya. Number 4.
I thought
Miss
about
Jackson.
Hey Ya.
Number 3. So Fresh, So Clean. Number 2, and I'm shocked nobody mentioned this. Rosa Parks, Me and You.
I thought about it. I forgot my. You know what I forgot? School on the Bar. That's like my favorite. That was like my
that's a tough one too. But Rosa Parks, listen, the part about Rosa Parks when when Stacks
Shoot
had
on my butt.
the shoulder pads and the umpire the catcher protection piece. Oh yo, what's this dude doing, yo? That's
Well,
my
it's next like School on my bar might be my favorite OutKast. Dang, I
good on the
forgot to say.
Barbie.
Go ahead, Wayne. I'm sorry.
All right,
Dang.
number one. This, and I put this in the group message earlier. This changed like music videos for me forever.
That was a dope ass
Bombs
video.
over
That
Baghdad.
was a dope ass video.
Changed. Listen, for me, I
Oh,
remember
shoot.
watching that video. I remember watching that video the first time. Feeling like brain overload. Like yo, what am I watching? Yo, this. It was too much to take in at one time. It was like, yo, the purple grass. When Dre is running and the kids are running behind him, and like he's grabbing the kids, like he's mushing the kids in the head as he's running by. And then he hops in the caddy and old girl peels out, bruh. Yo, and then when Big Boy's in the Cadillac on the 18-wheeler and it rolls out the back, bruh, that video. Oh, and then not to mention the end when they in like the juke joint, but it's like a church on the inside of the DJ, and they hit the power music and they had a choir like swaying, bruh. Listen, game changer, bruh. Game changer visually. I don't know if I will ever see a video as visually stunning as Bombs were back there. So that's the top 5 right there. That's an amazing top 5 on all parts. Good job, brothers. I appreciate that. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right, so we're gonna wrap this episode tonight. We just want to come in and do a tribute to OutKast, one of the best groups of all time. The best group. What I'm talking about? The best group of all time. Or rap, any genre, greatest group of all time. So before we wrap, we want to wrap like we always do with our shameless plug. Plug what we got going on. Things coming up. Also plug what we got going on. Plug what we had going on because we've been gone for a while. I want to catch you guys up to speed. Let you know what's good with us. So we'll take a few minutes to do that. Oh, we got a big announcement too, but I'll save that for the plug. So I'm gonna toss it to my brother. I'm tossing to Max first. Toss it to Max. I'm gonna toss it to Jose, and then I'll kind of wrap it up.
Oh man, we in fourth quarter.
What's
You
quarter?
know, 2020's been pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's been crazy.
That's the crazy thing to say.
But 2020 ended up being really, you know, amongst all the craziness. I got some things up my sleeve I don't really want to talk about, man. I just want to really go ahead and just put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Silence.
So, you know, that's what I'm up to, and you know, just stay tuned, man. Like,
yes, sir.
Yeah, no.
Yes, sir. Jose, what's cracking? What's good with you? Shameless plug.
Right now I'm just in the process of just trying to finish the project. I got some videos ready. I got some, you know, records. They like ready to go. I just feel like timing is everything. So that's just.
Hey man, this dude Jose sitting on some stuff, man. He's sitting on some.
Hey, listen, when Jose get quiet, that's when you know he's working.
Yes, sir.
When Jose get quiet, that's when you know he's working. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know why? Because I've been putting the fire to him, so he gotta. You know what I'm saying? He better be over there working. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what we talked about the other day too. So let me know.
Hey,
I know that, man. But listen, just remember this: you Oskino, and I'm Bean. You just remember that. That's why I got the.
Max O, and you Sparks.
I'm not Sparks, bro. I'm Bean.
Oh shit, that's funny.
What you got going on, Wayne?
But shout out Jose, appreciate you, brother. All right, so Mr. Nettles, it's been hectic, bro, like to say the least. But a good hectic.
Wayne been grinding, man.
Man, hey, listen.
Hey, Wayne, listen, Wayne got beef.
Oh my God, listen, no, this is a love platform.
You know you're winning when you know me.
This is a love platform, so we're gonna talk about the love. So I would say that it's been hectic, but a good hectic. A lot of moves, a lot of shows, a lot of growth, a lot of grinding, a lot of writing. Just pushing forward both the podcast and just individually. since I talked to you guys last, so did a show back on the 3rd, Columbia at the Golden, featured for What's Happening Comedy Showcase with my brother Sauce Got Jokes. That went well. Did my first show close to my hometown in Florence, South Carolina at the Hookah Lounge on Sunday. That More Than Words showcase. That went very well. Great crowd. I appreciate you guys over there for having me last Sunday. This past Monday, was able to perform for the first open mic comedy at the Main Course downtown Columbia. That went amazing. Then this past Tuesday, 2 shows with my partners, really good cats with Hilo Art. Always looking out, always giving me stage time. Did a show over there. And then of course every Tuesday at R&B Grill with my brother Travis T-Link. Appreciate you for always giving me stage time. Always looking out over there. So really 5 shows in 4 days, bro. Like it was crazy. This coming week, you catch me tomorrow at the Main Course again in Columbia. Monday. And of course Tuesday, like always, catch me on Tuesday performing. But really it's grind time, perfecting the pen, getting back right, just working out new material and keeping it moving, brothers. That's what it is. Salute my brothers.
Wayne, man, let me say this, man. You've been doing your thing.
Man, I appreciate you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thing. You've been winning, man. Don't let no negativity get in the way of that, man. Focus on what matters most, man. Don't let the other stuff.
Never that.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, like we always say, of course we use the Laughs and Hip Hop podcast to promote ourselves, but again, Laughs and Hip Hop is a product of years of brotherhood, years of friendship, and it's all about the collective. So
yes.
With that being said, let's plug some things. Let's plug some things for Laughs and Hip Hop collectively. We're happy to announce, really excited, super excited. Next week, we're having Laughs and Hip Hop season finale, homecoming edition. Homecoming has canceled physically, but Homecoming is gonna live on the Laughs and Hip Hop podcast next week. So we have some very special guests we're gonna be bringing in to talk about our experience at Benedict, just to bring that homecoming experience here online on our platform. We open it up to you guys to engage online, share those homecoming stories, and just keep that homecoming love alive. In the state of America, I know we know it's COVID, a lot of things are shut down, but we want to keep that essence alive on our platform. So we're very happy to have that here next week. I'll go ahead and announce it now. We got some really special guests, some real good friends. Shout out Ria Richardson. We go back. I think I know Ria longer than I know Jose and Max, man. Like, go back a long time. Our brother Marcus Gaddy is slated to come on. Our brother Security's Jordan McSwain coming on. Famous music producer now, like great, amazing videographer, slated to come on. Who else we got slated? Kim, amazing artist based out of Atlanta, is slated to come on, join with us. Charmaine, shout out to Charmaine. Charmaine's gonna come on with us. Has rap. Who am I leaving out? Am I leaving that out? Yeah. We got a few surprise guests coming on next week. Gonna pop in on us. Some faces we ain't seen in a long time. But we hope to have a lot of fun next week on the homecoming edition. To just share those Benedict stories that Benedict love. Just kind of talk about, kind of our coming up, even from back then to now, see what we're doing, catch up. Really, again, this is a love platform. Talk about love and see what everybody's doing. Just get up and rap. Also, with that being said, next week's the season finale is gonna be the homecoming episode. So we're gonna take a few weeks off, just to rebuild, prepare for season 2. We're looking forward to bring you a lot of engaging guests, a lot of engaging conversation for next season. So stay tuned for that. A lot of good things in the works. Just a lot of growth, a lot of excitement. We're really excited. We're really happy with season 1 thus far. Want to close it out with a bang.
Season 1 been lit, man.
Season 1 been lit. Liddy, and Liddy. So we look forward. We look forward to the same amount of litness for season 2. I would say. But it's been an amazing journey so far.
It's
We can't
better,
do.
man. Gets better. You hear
It
me?
only gets better. We wouldn't be here without the support of the supporters, the support of everybody who's been rocking with us from day one. The guys who have been there for our grind individually and collectively. So we appreciate you guys. We love you. Um, that's that. Oh, we got to wrap out with our quote like we've been doing. We want to keep with our quotes. We wrap up. Leave you with a little nugget like we do every
Yeah,
week.
you said I think I kind of led into it because I
So,
gave you when I
so
was,
Max, so
shouting you
Max,
out.
Max, Max led into it. We was thinking the same thing because we brothers. We got synergy.
But you go ahead and finish that.
So we'll wrap it up. This is OutKast episode Southernplayalistic episode 15. We were moved by the reunion tour. Big and Dre did. Dre wore these jumpsuits every performance with these quotes across the front. And one kind of spoke to us. It really kind of leads to what the conversation we talk about on Last Hip Hop every week. Just our social justice platform. But he wore one in particular that says, across cultures, dark people suffer most. Why? I just thought that we just thought it was a very poignant statement, not to be answered per se, just something to think about. So let that kind of resonate with you guys as we move into next week. It's been a great episode, guys. Really great episode. Kudos to my brothers, Maximilian Speed, my
Yo,
brother King Jose
yo.
Rivera,
Yo.
myself, Mr. Nettles, aka Dwayne Nettles. Like always, it's a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you guys next week for the season finale, episode 16, BC Homecoming Edition. Look forward to seeing some old faces,
Listen, man, I'm looking
some good
forward to
friends.
see y'all, man. You understand?
Look forward for y'all hopping on, participating with us. And with that being said, we're gonna wrap this week. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.